Hello, friends. I like coffee and coffee. Sorry for the late start this morning. It's been just a busy morning. My wife told me that I looked like I haven't slept, or I slept in makeup, which is probably true. And so I put on a little bit of concealer this morning before getting started. So I am just going to check in here. It says connecting on the Twitch and YouTube side. So I'm just going to bring up the YouTube comment stream just so that I can see any comments or questions that folks have. I'll put that over here. So it looks like we're running, and that's good. Twitch is up on my phone, so I can see any comments that come in there. And I have my headphones, so I can listen to some music and kind of zone out and do some work with y'all. So today we're working on collecting ASF diversity information about the gender diversity in ASF projects. It's for this talk here that I'm doing with Matthew Hunt at JupyterCon in New York. And that should be fun. Ooh, I have the video up in one of my infinite number of tabs. It's not this one or this one. I have too many tabs. This is my life. Oh, it looks like this one. No, that's not it. I have my cell phone alarm to remind me to wake up in the morning. Oh, here we go. There we go. I found it. Okay, cool. Very not at all particularly useful. Yeah. Other part of the day was this morning. My Restream account got into a weird state again. And for some reason, the password manager on this machine isn't syncing, so I had to go grab my other machine to fix that part really quickly. Oh, wait, I wasn't in live mode, so you couldn't see what I was talking about. This is the conference that I'm talking about in New York, which Matt and I will be giving a talk, what things are correlated with gender diversity at Dig through ASF and Jupyter projects. Last night I was some of the data ready to copy over, and you can see here we've got like project name, ID, author information, and then we have some emails which are sent in reply to them with the idea that we can try and figure out the pronouns that are being used in reference to that person. That being said, not perfect, but it's a good start. And so for that, we'll hand it over to some human reviewers. It did come to my attention that these emails are probably actually they're grabbing really, really long threads. So we're gonna go ahead and try and just trim them a little bit, because the human reviewers might just get confused if we give them or not confused, they might just walk away if we give them really, really long emails to review. So we'll fix that, and we'll just grab the starting snippet of the email reply and save that for analysis. Then we'll do this inference based on name, which isn't perfect either, but we can have two imperfect measures. And then after that, we'll look at some of the things in the projects, which I've been thinking might be related. So I'm actually not completely sure if my SSH tunnel is running. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look. It looks like it is. Cool. Oh, why is it only running 2 containers and 2 vcores? That's an interesting choice. We're going to change that. We're going to go in here. So the part... No, we ask for 40 executor instances, but it says it only has 2 vcores. running containers, 2v cores. Weird. I'm going to do a thing here. Insert cell above, session builder. Okay. So now we're going to refresh the yarn page. See that it's finished. We're going to go ahead and ask for a new Spark session. Okay, there we go. This gives me more like the number of containers that I want associated with my notebook. It's using 75% of the queue. That's fine. Okay. And so now we're just going to go ahead and do cell run all below. Okay, cool. Oh, right. I did want to rewrite this part, but actually, maybe we'll keep this part as is for now, and we'll just focus on using this statistical inference of gender of the contributors. There's this great article on why it sucks, as someone who is trans, yeah. My name is Holden, I'm a woman, but, the computer will definitely say that I'm a dude. So I understand that it's imperfect, so that's why we're using two different techniques, but, yeah, I figure we should do both, especially because a lot of the other work in this space is done with mapping names to gender, and so if we want to be comparable to the other work that's done here, we should report both the metric, which I find kind of frustrating, and this other metric, which I think might be better, and then we can see if that's good. So let's go into it. Infer. Oh, actually, it looks like there might not be a library already imported for that. Okay. Python infer gender name. There is, yeah, genderize is the PyPy function, I think. Okay. Do we have genderize installed? Let's do this. Oh crap, it's going to take a while because it's waiting for the rest of the notebook to run first. That's totally fine. Let's look at some of the other things that we're going to do as well at the same time. So in addition to getting more statistics about the people involved in the project, if we're looking for things that are correlated with the project, we want to look at project attributes. One of the things which I think is interesting is where the different committers come from, and if the committer diversity pool resembles the pool of the people working on the project. So I think that's going to be an interesting thing that we can look at. This isn't super standardized across ASF projects, but it's still useful. The existence or not existence of a code of conduct. Oh, that's not looking great. The Beam project. I know they've been discussing adding a. Well, let's add the word Apache to it so that we get the right Beam project. I guess I forgot that there's multiple meanings of the name. Yeah, and so Yeah, there's no code of conduct mentioned here either. There is a privacy policy. Let's see if the Jupyter project has one. About us, people, donations, community. There's no, well, Jupyter code of conduct. Okay, here we go. So their code of conduct is in their governance conduct, code of conduct.md. Let's go ahead. Beam code of conduct. That's not knocking it out of the park. Apache Beam code of conduct. Nope. Okay, let's see if Apache Spark has one. Okay, cool. The answer is not really. The closest that we have is that for Stack Overflow, we tell people to follow the Stack Overflow code of conduct. It's an opportunity for improvement, one could perhaps say. But one of the things is perhaps the existence or not existence of the code of conduct could be correlated with different levels of diversity. I know that in some of the projects that I've worked in, this correlation is very much probably not causal. It's the impact of having people who are diverse inside of the project point out the need of a code of conduct, and then perhaps that allows you to get more people later, but it's not, super clear that having the code of conduct would have gotten more or less faster. But that's still an interesting thing that we can look at in these different notebooks. Sorry, not notebooks, in these different projects, in addition to the project gender. Yeah, this is taking a really long time. I'm going to figure out where it is, and we'll just stop there and skip ahead and do our own thing. Okay. I don't know why this part's being slow, but that's fine. Well, we already have these previous parts all run and saved. So we're just going to go down here, and we're going to work on the parts that we're doing today. Okay, looks like Genderize isn't already installed. So there's a few things that we are going to do about that. First one, let's do a git pull, gsutil. Okay, that's the sample that I was talking about, but we also have this Jupyter.sh script that's used to boot the cluster. And so we're going to go ahead and edit Jupyter.sh. And we'll just add this down here. And that means the next time we reboot the cluster, it'll always install Jupyter even on the workers, some changes, some other things between master and worker under certain situations. Oh, and okay, OSS diversity information is what we're working on today, so I'm going to go ahead and update the little bar across the top. Oh, hello, friend! Oh, and I just realized that I haven't been actually monitoring any of the Twitch questions because my phone decided that it didn't want to stay turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back into Twitch really quickly. And hopefully I haven't missed any questions from folks. Or if I have, they're willing to restate them. Oh, I truly enjoy your live programming. Oh, yay, thank you. I'm so glad that this is useful to people. And sorry for not seeing the comments earlier. I just get distracted when I'm programming. Okay, so that just installed it on the master. That's not going to work everywhere though. Thankfully, I have this little hack which installs it runs whatever command I want on all of the workers. This is done to update the Sparkling ML project, which I have installed on all of the workers. And that's because Sparkling ML is one of the projects which I'm working on, and it's installed in edit mode. Actually, yeah, I guess this doesn't install it. This just fetches the latest commit. And that's because it's installed in edit mode, and I want it to be able to iterate quickly. That being said, it is not running at the speed I would expect. So we're going to go ahead and go take a look at my application master. Okay, cool. It's running this job here. Oh, that's sad. Let's look at the DAG. Does it say? No, I haven't named most of these RDDs, which is an unfortunate choice on my part. So I don't actually know for sure what it's choking on. Carolyn's back. Hi, Carolyn.
Hello.
This is Carolyn. She's my wife.
Hi.
My wife.
My wife.
I love
Do
you.
you want me to start the meet, or should I just go to work?
Oh.
I can try to start the meet.
I mean, if you know how to start the meet.
I have an idea.
Okay, oh, you went out of frame.
Oh.
We're making slow cooker food for tonight because we bought some meat at Safeway.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll try.
Well, so you take the meat and you put it in the slow cooker.
Mm-hmm.
And then you open the packet of sauce and you pour it over the meat.
Oh, I forgot we had sauce.
Yeah, we have the packet of sauce. The other one is I grab some random spices and some like random beer and I just pour it all together and hope it works.
I was gonna put random spices in, but if we have a packet, I'll do the
Yeah,
packet.
because there's that. It's in the.
It's like something vaguely Korean.
Yeah, and I think it's for beef.
Cool.
And we have beef, right? Yeah.
We
Okay.
have a brisket. Okay. I'm
So-
gonna go dump the meat in the cooker.
And then it's less bad that we don't have tacos. We can just put it on top of rice later.
There's an SD card on the floor.
There's a SD. Oh, that's normal.
Teeny one.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I love you.
Everything's normal. Love you too. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. Oh, cool. Hey, look, it finished. Thank you for distracting me. Ooh, it said an error occurred while calling save. Oh, that save is somewhere else, honey. Okay, yeah. We'll run this once more. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. Don't worry. There's some other code inside of here which isn't super happy that I stopped it in the middle of running, but that's... I'll rerun the entire notebook later, but this will just unblock us for what we're doing right now. So, we're gonna write a detected gender. Oh, actually, let's start by figuring out exactly how genderize works. So, genderize.detect. I think it has an email option. Is one of the things that I can give it. Yeah. Okay. This is perhaps not great. But it's what we've got. Let's go find it on GitHub. Maybe that will give us a slightly... Ooh, it's 4 years old. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, let's start. So def lookup gender from from name, import genderize, and okay, yeah. Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna write this like it's append as UDF because those are a little bit faster normally, although inner detect name genderize.detect. We're gonna say text is equal to name because we're a little bit fuzzy, and we'll go ahead and it's I'm gonna go find the other pandas UDF that we have in here. And so we do input series.apply instead of map. So we're going to go ahead and go down here. So names.apply, inner detect gender, return inner detect. So that's genderize, which is a thing. Hey, there's another one though. Python infer gender name.
I started the meet. Can you do the Wemo part of timing it?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. 6 hours. 6 hours? Okay, cool. Give me a second, y'all. Sorry. No, it's like I have Starbucks coffee with me. Wemo would like access to my home data. Sure. Set a timer. 6 hours?
I think so.
That seems really short.
I think it's 6 to 8.
I'm gonna put it on 7.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay, the release notes for our firmware for our slow cooker say smart home, oh yeah, safe home, yes please. I guess we're gonna update the firmware.
Oh,
It's okay, it's kind of hilarious. So as soon as the firmware update applies to our smart cooker, we will start slow cooking some food. It'll be great. For sure. Okay. Sorry. I find this hilarious as fuck. There's this one. Is Genderize just calling genderize.io? Okay. Well, there's a few random questions, and we're going to go read them. Huh. That's interesting. Whoa. Okay, this is a non-trivial thing. Wait, is this a non-trivial thing? So this does a Google image search to try and look up that. Yeah, this actually sounds like an interesting additional classifier to try, although it was last released 3 years ago, and I don't... Huh. Well, I'm pretty sure these people are just scraping Google image, and I don't think they're supposed to do that. So I probably won't use this one because that's where I work. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this is limited to 1,000 names a day. I'm assuming that the genderized thing is yes. We don't know the country. Unfortunately, although we could attempt to infer the country some of the time from the email. Let's go with this. Okay. Yeah, we can see here that this thing thinks I'm a dude. Very much so. If I specify that I'm Canadian, it still really thinks that I'm a dude. If I specify that I'm Australian, it's about the same. Okay. The counts haven't changed here, though. Which maybe makes sense, but we can ask for multiple names at a time. And we can also, oh, it's at country underscore ID. Okay. Oh. Wait. What? Yeah, okay, so if we restrict it to the country, the way how it works is it limits only to looking at samples from that country. And it looks like it doesn't have any samples for Canada. So it looks like specifying the country is actually just going to kind of shoot us in the foot. So let's not do that. Yeah, this also hits genderize. Oh, here's a different. Yeah. Okay. What's this data set? Yeah, no, this is, yeah, okay, well, that should work, and each machine is relatively happy and small in terms of its number of requests. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to turn this into a pandas UDF, and we're going to try it on our data set. Okay, I'm going to go up. Oh, shit. Because I stopped that, we don't actually have the author data set loaded. Fuck. Yeah, okay, well, whatever. Okay, so that says reusing because it's reusing a saved version of the data. Oh, yeah, okay, here was this other thing with the sentiment analyzer. That looks up sentiment on a single document. So we're going to go ahead and switch this around to look up sentiment on multiple documents. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of this and this. Because the other thing that I wanted to look at is the average sentiment of the mailing list, and if that was correlated with anything particularly interesting in terms of the project. Okay, so that's the sentiment analyzer, not completely though. And so documents.apply. We have to return documents.apply, look up sentiment on document. And, oh fuck, I actually don't remember what the type was here. Shit. Although, actually, if we go over here, I actually probably have this in my GitHub. I can look at a previous version of this thing where it's fine. or it's fine. It's, why is this loading slowly? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. The sentiment analyzer here. Sentiment analyzer. Oh, weird. Okay. Gator. Yeah, okay. That gives us negative, positive, neutral, and compound. Okay. Oh, that's why we didn't do it as a pandas UDF. Because the pandas UDFs don't currently support returning struct types. If that makes sense, then fine. We'll revert this back to what it used to be. Once we fix the pandas UDFs, we can do that, but that's not going to happen anytime particularly soon. Okay, but sorry, I got distracted. I was looking for the pandas UDF thing here. Yeah, okay. Run all below, sure, fine, why not? While that's running, I was going to do a thing here. Oh yeah, okay, so we have this data somewhere. Yes, the Apache people CSV, but I want the larger contributor list. Here we go. This is authors group by ID. So that's the one we're going to grab. So, inferred gender authors with column. It is look up gender from name. Oh, let's go ahead and make this. I'm gonna go with column. Okay, we give it the name first and then the UDF second. Yep. Infer gender, look up gender from name, authors group. And it's dot author is the one we're interested in today, I think, is the field. Let's go ahead. We're going to run a take one on it just to see if it looks like what we think is reasonable. Cool, and it fails, and that's not exactly unexpected. Oh, we ran that pip install thing though, didn't we? Should have installed on all of them. Pip install genderizer. Yes. We might have to bounce the cluster to get genderizer installed, unless I screwed up my import statements. Did I? Oh, no, it's, oh. No module named naive base classifier. Okay, so it's, it turns out pip installing genderizer actually doesn't install its requirements. Genderizer, PyPy. Let's go take a, oh, there's also this one. And name parser. And genderize.io. Okay. Genderizer. So it looks like the requirements here are not actually correctly stated in the requirements.txt file, which is unfortunate, or not requirements.txt in the setup one. So this depends on naive base classifier as well. So let's run that. Oh, yeah, no, that's going to fail because it didn't. Pip install. But one which I really want to do is, okay. So this import statement, does this still fail? It does. No module named exception not seen. This is not super solid. Okay. Oh, is this a Python 2 only package? That would make me sad. Huh. That's not. Yeah, okay. This package sounds like it's pretty much in a not great state. So we're not going to use that. We'll use something else. This is from 2006. What could go wrong? Okay. Builds. There's one PR. Let's go check out the project homepage. Last from 2006. Okay, well, let's install it and see if it works. And we're going to go back into this. We're not going to bother installing that. Okay. Pip install. Does this thing work? Okay. At least it installs. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the gender for my own name, which normally makes me sad, but that's fine. Cool. This has perhaps no particular statistical basis in reality, but sure, fine. Okay. I guess this is going to be the one we install then instead. Let's go back up here. That's running far too quickly. Okay, what about, who am I? Yarn. Yarn may not have permission to pip install into the environment. I could see that. Okay. In which case we'll have to bounce the cluster. But it's all right. Look up gender from name. Okay. Uses based on, let's find the data set that this is pulled from. Yeah, okay. Oh, not what I wanted. Go ahead. Take this, move our gender detector thing up there. We can create the instance of it here. And then we go d.getGender. Let's actually see what happens if we just pass this a regular string. That should work fine. Okay, cool. And then actually, I want to double check a thing. What happens if I give it interesting. Okay, so this requires that it's on the name field. What about if we give it Holden Caro? I'm going to have to tokenize it down to just the first name as well for this thing to work. I am. Okay. So this one works on names specifically. Okay. Split. Okay. This should fail as well, but it should fail differently. Okay, cool. We'll restart the cluster in a moment because there's another package that I'm going to want to install. It is like I'm seeing myself debugging some random package. Yeah, I mean, today I'm getting some random other software to work, so it's pretty random. Name parser is also interesting. Oh. Yeah, that might do a better one if people have... Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to put this together. Install name parser. I am actually curious if this is going to... how this is going to handle email addresses. If it does, then we're good. Then I can just use this. From name parser import human name. And then we go ahead and we run human name colon caro. Yeah. Okay. Close enough. I'm not a doctor, but let's do this. Okay, cool. So then, oh, actually, yeah, if we have title, people are unlikely to put their title, but if they are, that would give us a really pretty great sign. So let's actually go ahead and do that as a separate step. We'll do that above inferring gender. Insert cell above. Oh, I did below. Insert cell above. We're not going to do this as a pandas UDF because that's we want to return a complex type. I think that's what we want to do. I mean, with column is really tempting, but I think we want more than just what with column will give us. Or we want with column and then we'll manually do a select. But we still can't return the struct type that way. Okay, whatever. So def parse name info name. Okay. So that's fairly simple. Let's double check that. I'm just going to do what I want. Insert cell below. Parse name info colon caro, for example. No, okay. Dict. So, not directly what I want to return. Yeah, okay, human name. Okay, what type is that? No. I guess we'll manually turn this. I may have spent too much time in Python land. Okay. So title, parse.title. Oh, except I have to. Okay. Parse.first, and those are the only two pieces that we actually care about, is the title and the first name. So then we can just go ahead, kill that part, and kill this part. Cool. Because those are the only things that we actually need. Yes. Okay. So parse name info along with looking up gender from. Let's find the genderize.io. Genderize.io PyPy. I'm pretty sure this isn't calling genderize, is it? No, this is. This is just pretty similar but slightly different. Okay. Okay, so then let's go check out the homepage, see if this thing is at least somewhat up to date. Okay, May 15th. We're looking pretty solid compared to the other packages. Hi Holden, after this example, could you please talk about how we debug a Spark job from looking at the web UI? This is the one main issue. Oh yeah, actually, that is a really hard issue to solve. So I'll finish this, I'll talk briefly about it, and then I'll mention another thing that's quasi-related. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add this, finally, pip install. Genderize, is this the, yeah, okay. And then that's the one we're going to use. Look up gender from name. Shell. You could refactor this, or you could just have two separate pandas UDFs. Might actually, I don't know, whatever. Let's just do two separate pandas UDFs. Pip install. Oh, no, that's not gonna. That's the import statement. Okay, cool. That's fine. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that this part actually works. Because the other one didn't work. Which is fine. Okay. Okay, so actually, yeah, let's not do this as a pandas UDF, because as a pandas UDF, I can't return a complex type. Because I want to return probably the, at least the probability. And the assumed gender. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. But let's run the sample. Cool, that works. If we give this a single entry, Oh, no, this turned every letter into that. Okay, so it expects a list. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Cool. So there's like, we could do map partitions to get a partition view. We could write a pandas UDF, but we can't return complex types. Like, we can't return struct types specifically. I can return an array type, but I can't return that. So I think we'll just do it with the regular UDF, and we'll rewrite it into a pandas UDF once those things start working. Def lookup gender from name genderize. Although genderize, I think, is one of the, nope. Okay, it definitely also requires just first name. Okay, cool. Unless, does genderize.io support taking email addresses? That's a no. There was one which took like the email gender-api.com. Now, this looks like they want information which is legit for me before I can use this. Last updated May. That's not bad. Whatever, we'll stick with genderize because they have a PyPy package already to deal with it. Okay. We'll just take in the name. Oh, yeah, we'll import and then return genderize.get. And then we just give it the single element. It's not great because we could be more efficient with our API calls, but the way how the UDFs work in Spark, it's a little easier to do this. So, jumping back to the from the UI, how can we determine exactly what line is causing the issue? And that answer is really, really hard. We can look here at this thing that was failing, and we can see that there is not a lot of information here. It's telling us there's no module named genderguesser, so that's we know that our import statement was wrong because this gives us, you know, a mod, like a name that refers specifically here. There's a few sort of general techniques that you can do. One of them is renaming your functions from lambdas into full function names. This is useful for reading the stack trace that you get back. More so with RDDs than with data frames. The other one is here. Remember when I was lamenting that I hadn't actually named any of our RDDs? I'm going to go, so if I go in here, no, that's not what I wanted. If I go over here and I click into application master, and I can see there's these jobs, right? And if I go into DAG visualization, okay, I mean, that one's not exciting because it doesn't tell me anything. That's also, damn it, these are all, maybe this one. Okay. So it doesn't work as well in Python because the names don't always translate through because of how we do pipelining. But one of the things that you can do is you can name your data frames or RDDs, and then your graphs will start to have annotations on them that tell you what's happening. That's pretty useful as well. Let's see here. More generally, though, I have a Holden Joey debugging Spark talk on YouTube, and we shot it together at Strata, and you can see I'm wearing a tiara, but I'd encourage you to check this out. It's okay. I mean, 2 people don't like it, but I think it's a pretty okay talk on how to debug Spark. We cover a lot of that stuff in there. I recorded a video with O'Reilly actually last week on Thursday was the last video shoot. And we'll be putting together sort of a longer, sort of more interactive debugging Spark video for wherever O'Reilly puts their videos. I think it's, I want to say Safari. And that'll take a while because we still have to do some editing. But that one, you know, we go into the notebook, we make mistakes, then we look at how to find them and sort of how they're related and stuff like that. So that's really what I would recommend eventually. But for now, I'd recommend watching this talk if, you know, you're a particularly Python-focused person. I have a Python version of this talk as well on YouTube. Python debugging Spark. And that's actually, okay, so that's from a year ago, but the advice remains pretty similar. I guess people like this talk more. Oh, oops. I guess I haven't responded to any of these videos. Oh, any of these comments, except for this one, where I explained that I'm trans. Okay. I guess I should reply to this one and this one. Oh, let's say thank you. Yay. But yeah, okay, so some people clearly like this video, and I'd encourage you to check it out. It's, you know, it has some explanations as to why these things are happening, some of the details as to where to find your logs, and other things about how the web UI can be useful and not so useful from time to time. With that, it is 10:32, and I have coffee scheduled with a friend at 11. Oh, hi Holden. When I run PySpark in the local desktop, in case any issues in code, it's always giving connection reset error, but we run in cluster, it's giving proper error. Any thoughts? That's hard to say. The connection reset error covers a lot of different errors. Oh, can you talk about shuffle read versus write? Yeah. So these are all really good things. Karthik and Deval. I need to go though, because it's 10:35 and I've got coffee at 11. But if you both email me, is there anything to look at for stuff for debugging? Yeah, I mean, the debugging things that I would recommend are, if you're working in Python, the debugging PySpark talk. If you're not, you know, look at the debugging Spark talk Joey and I did together. For the difference between local and remote execution, it's frustrating. Sometimes it's just there though, because the local simulation just isn't complete, and that's just how it is. That being said, I'm going to run away though, because I have coffee scheduled with a friend at 11, and I don't actually think I have enough gas in my scooter to get there, so I need to take a quick stop and get some gas beforehand. Let me actually look at what the rest of my live streams look like and see if there might be a better time for us to have this sort of conversation. Oh no, that's not going to be the one. Or actually maybe it is. Let's just go here. So this afternoon is Beam. This one is probably going to get rescheduled. That one's going to be more Scala focused. Can I please have your email address? Okay. Sure. It's Holden at pigscanfly.ca, but I tend to respond slowly since I have over 100K unread emails. Okay. Yeah. This actually reminded me of an email that's very important for me to respond to and tell them that I can't make it. Fuck. Sorry, my life is very, very busy. Yeah. Yeah. If you email me, I can try and email you some things, or at the very least, if I can't do that, what we could try and do is we could try and set up like maybe an office hour type session, maybe office hours set up sometime this month. And so if I get some questions from people that I can sort of save for the lulls in an office hours type session, I'll do that. My next one is unfortunately very Beam focused. The next cast is at 2 p.m. today, and it's getting started hacking on the Apache Beam Go SDK. And this is just because a friend gave me some interesting issues to hack on in the Go SDK for Beam that looked kind of fun. But well, it's not going to be the next stream. We could certainly try and maybe fit some office hours in this week. If enough people have questions, I'll make that happen in the next few weeks. Okay, with that, I am actually really going to go because it's about 10 minutes after I plan to stop. And I will see you all around later. Have a lovely rest of your week. I hope to see you over the next few days.